the FullSend Drift Park, a brand new map by Assetto. The FullSend Drift Park is a fictional skate park in California, and the free version features a main circuit, a concrete bowl, and an outer circuit loop. We are on the FullSend Drift servers on the map FullSend Drift Park. This is a new map by Assetto and is on his official servers. Now I'm super hyped for this map, and it is my first time playing it, as it is a skate park, something I used to do before I was into cars, which is super awesome. I feel like everyone kind of has that transition. We are in the R34 4-door, and we're chasing, I believe, I'm not actually sure what that is. It might be the 180SX in front of us. I'm not 100% sure right now. Bit of smoke in my way, but that's absolutely fine. First time playing this track, and there is a lot of different routes. Now I do like the fact that it's got these little clipping zones, these little red zones on the floor that you can kind of drift around and see where you're going. Gives you a nice line and shows you what line you should be taking through this course, which is sick. This guy in front of us, he's gone a bit wide. Oh, he's gone for a 360. I'm assuming this is like a little jump here that you can 360. I'm gonna have to try that 360 at some point, although I am not the greatest when it comes to 360ing in Assetto Corsa. It's definitely one that takes a bit more skill than, you know, Car X. Currently, we are in a server that only has, I believe, just 2 of us now. This is one of the FullSend servers. However, it is very early in the morning, so I expected no one to be online. It would be better when I jump on later on this evening, and hopefully there'll be more players on. Although it's really nice to kind of drift around this track just with one other player, get used to getting, you know, tandems and other kind of things whilst there isn't a lot of players here. Now he's letting me in front of him, so I'm going to try and lead this train, and hopefully we can get some nice tandems. Now I noticed there is a few like open spots on this map that you can kind of diverse from one place to another, so we're going to try those. So I noticed around here that you could actually loop back around. I don't think he was ready for me to do that, but yeah, from what I can see, you can do like a full loop on this section here, which is super sick and is definitely a unique thing part of this map. There's got so many different sections that you can join. Here is another little one that you can do. You can drift around here and then come around into this kind of giant donut section. You can also slightly go up the ramp, and your car does slightly lift off the ground, which is also pretty cool. But I mean, if you go a bit too high, things do get a little bit sketchy, and then you can kind of come around here into this FullSend little section that you got here. Really nice corner through the little loops. This is a track I will definitely recommend to people if they enjoy drifting, and especially if they enjoy skate parks. This is definitely one of my favorite tracks, and it's just got so many different options and other things you can do. Now if you have the paid for version, you can even go into the wooden skate park, the snake run, and some other things. It's time to try and hit this jump and see how well we do. Now that wasn't too bad. I mean, if we hit it with a bit more speed, we probably could have stayed in that red clipping zone and made it all the way around, but it wasn't bad for what, our second attempt maybe. The first one we didn't really get to try because our friend was trying to do a 360, but I'm gonna let him lead now. So I've let him lead, and now we're gonna try and follow him. He has taken a different route here. He hasn't gone for the full loop like I did. He went through, although he has lost it there, which sucks. Now we're onto the nice little donut section. I'm following this guy's trail and seeing what he's up to. It's pretty cool that you can kind of just follow people around. I love this track, and it is just so sick. I've only been playing it for a little bit, and I've actually already fallen in love with it. It's definitely got to be up there with one of my favorite tracks. The FullSend tracks are insane. Assetto really does do a great job when it comes to creating drift tracks in Assetto Corsa. And now if you haven't played any Assetto tracks, I would definitely recommend going to his Patreon and playing them. He does have a bunch of free tracks and some extended versions of the tracks if you pay for them by being a Patreon. He's the guy who has made Brooklyn Park and some other cool tracks that you probably will have known. Off the top of my head, I can't think of too many, but Brooklyn Park is probably the main one that you will know. That's like the most iconic one. Every time I jump onto the FullSend Drift server, I believe it's server 1, the FullSend Drift server, Brooklyn Park map is always near enough full, and it has players. It's so hard to talk and drift at the same time. I'm getting used to it the more I do it, but sometimes I really do just stumble over my words because I'm so focused on trying not to wipe out or drift or oversteer or understeer, whatever you want to call it. I don't want to spin out, so I'm trying my best to talk, but also try not to ramble on. This guy in front of me is actually really good at drifting. We've been drifting around just us two, getting some doors, and he's just been super chill. He hasn't really made many mistakes either. Only time he ever does it is when he tries that 360. Now he's going to try that 360 again, and he actually kind of did it there. It did look very slow, but he did pull it off, and it did look pretty cool. He's actually smashing this track. I'm very glad that I managed to find this guy during this time. There's only us two on the server, and it's been super sick to drift with him and just kind of get to, you know, chill, have some fun, get some doors, and learn the track at the same time, which is always super awesome. I could imagine having a full server on this track. It would be absolute carnage. I feel like you would be able to do some insane trains on it because the track has like actual boundaries that you can't go off the sides here. Having like 15 players just coming down this together would be absolutely crazy and would look super duper sick. He's going for the 360 again, although he did do it a bit early. I'm going to send a 360 as well. It wasn't quite as good as his from the first time, I believe, but it wasn't too bad. I mean, that was my first attempt. The 360 on that jump could actually be a super fun thing to do, although it does get a little... Oh, we've got another guy behind us. Someone must have joined. I haven't even noticed this person until now. So we've got a new guy who is behind us. Let's see if he follows us around this loop. Nope, he's gone straight on. He didn't realize that this was part of the map. Maybe he's new to it as well. We might already, you know, he might not have played this map yet. The other guy disappeared. I believe he's up there. He just went past, I'm pretty sure. He's drifting ahead of us because he didn't follow us around the loop, which is absolutely fine. I didn't quite expect him to know that we was going to do that because he hasn't been here, and this might be his first time on the track, where we have been doing it for quite some time now, so I don't really blame the guy for missing that turning. I really do like that little FullSend logo that was on that thing in the background there. It looks super cool. We should be able to see it when we come around this corner here, but it looks really cool. I love it. He's implemented that into the track just to show that it's part of the FullSend server. We've got the guy in the background there. He's drifting around by himself. He didn't join us, so I'm going to stay with this guy as we've just been chilling the whole time, and it's actually been great fun. Still, we've just been going on and on. I don't think any of us have even wiped out too bad either. We've managed to kind of stay with each other. Now I'm jumping into first person, and I'm going to try to drift around this track. I believe the guy that we was drifting with has gone now. I was drifting with him, but then I decided to switch into first person, so I've kind of lost him, but hopefully we can find him a bit later on in this track. But for now, we're just going to practice drifting around in first person. Now I feel like I need to... Oh, we got the guy in front of us here. Oh, I did just hit him there. We didn't even need to find him. He came and found us. Now I'm going to try and drift with him in first person. Now I noticed we've got a rail behind us on each side, so this is going to be the part where I need to not overshoot things, because I don't want to be clipping any walls or rails and sending myself off the track or into anybody else, because first person is a little bit harder to see where the back of your car is. I love this little section here. Just after the jump, you can hold this really nice drift and just send it about. And now he's kind of taken off. I've slowed down quite a bit because of this first person. I'm not quite used to it, although we should be able to gain with him. Hopefully he won't take off or absolutely rocket away, but he might take a little shortcut through the middle section there and we can catch up. No, he's going straight on, which is something we don't actually usually do. We are gaining on him, although he didn't go into the little donut section there, and we're going to head straight up the hill. Usually we go into the little donut section there. I do find it very fun, although we've seemed to have just gone for a straight track circuit and we're not doing any of the optional extras that you have. He has spun out. Oh, he's taken some gnarly angle. Let's go around him. Oh, never mind. I thought we was going to be able to drift around him, but then he pulled out in front of us and we managed to clip him, which is kind of sad, but it's fine. We're back to drifting together again, so that's always good. There is an outside track which I'm in currently. I've jumped into this outside track and I've left the other guys to do what they want to do, but I'm going to try this outside track for now. This outside track is definitely a lot faster than the inside track. The kind of corners are a lot wider, so you can carry a lot of speed, and there isn't many turns, so it actually isn't too bad. It's definitely a very fast track though. We are coming up to the jump here. I'm going to full send it and see what we can do with this. Drift around and then it will loop back around to the pits area here. Now this was something that I did find very cool, and in first person it just feels super sick. Now I'm going to try and loop back onto the main track here, and then hopefully we can rejoin with some players. I'm going to cut through the little hump section here, and we do have someone in front of us. I believe it's the other guy. He has... Oh, he's waiting up. He's I'm not sure what he's doing. He did have a little accident and then he's kind of stopped. I'm not sure if he's following me. However, I am going to continue to drift around this track, hoping that he does just follow us. Drifting around this little donut section is super cool in first person, although it's quite bright on my PP filter, so I might need to change that at some point. It does kind of blind me slightly. It's not too bad, but yeah, it's definitely something that I could edit and make better. But this guy didn't go in the donut section. He is ahead of us, and our friend back down there is a bit further behind us. Now that guy is someone I might want to wait up for if I want to do some tandems, although I do want to catch up with this guy. This server has been super fun, and I would highly recommend checking it out already if you haven't played on the FullSend Drift servers, and definitely check out the FullSend Drift Park map. Hope you guys enjoyed,